Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. And I wanted to go over something I thought was super important because over the last couple of weeks, I went to a Vortex with Oren Claff, and I'm a part of that group. Have been with them for a little bit so far as being a capital raiser. I'm a capital raising CEO that leads a capital raising team. We've talked about that quite a bit. He talks about that a lot too. So you guys understand because you're either investing with me, interested in investing with me, or interested in real estate. It's the only reason why you know who I am. Next, I went to also Roland Fraser's event that was basically consulting for equity. Basically, it's a bunch of people in business that consult that are also on the M&A side, which is merger and acquisition. They are interested in buying companies or partnering with other companies and entrepreneurs that want off of their org chart. Basically, they want to go on board, and we have an owner of a company that wants to be like, hey, look, I want to be a passive investor. We want to expand, and I'm looking to bring in either a buyout or whatever. So there was something that was very consistent that I saw with both, right? Because there's people in the audience that are like, hey, we want to consult for equity. Basically, they want to become private equity companies or private equity people. So they're going to be bringing in their capital, buying companies, or investing in other people's businesses to roll up all those businesses and turn around and sell them. And then we have capital raisers on the other side who are ultimately all these other entrepreneurs who are founders who are learning how to go to private equity companies, how to pitch their companies to get those companies bought. So I'm on two ends of the spectrum. So I'm sitting in this room, they're learning how to go to these people. These people here are learning how to go to these people and pitch their, hey, I got this money, I want to buy your company or invest in it. Hey, I need this money, I want you to buy my company at some point or invest in it so I can expand it. So like I'm sitting in the middle because I'm in real estate and I'm like, all right, there's a common theme here, what's happening? And I want to share what that is to you. The thing that keeps both of these people off the playing field, off of the chessboard, if you go to raise capital for your company, real estate, whatever, and you're sitting across the table with somebody who wants to invest, they are looking for one thing. How do we make money? That's it. How do you make money? How are you going to make money? How am I going to get my money back? Like that's it, right? But then when you're on this side as a guy that's pitching your deals, right? Because we all do that. I do it. I'm like, hey, I got a real estate fund. You want to invest in our real estate fund because we're doing this. Like you have to be able to clearly show this person on the other side, how are you going to make us money? That was a common theme in both of those conferences. And you would be surprised how many people who are out there, one, raising capital who cannot show you how they're going to make your money back or make you money at all, return. You have these people on the private equity side who have a problem asking people clearly because they're in, oh, wow, your product's so good, your business is so good. Like, how are you going to make us money? So like, I want to share with you guys something. This is what I do. If you're one of my investors, you know it. I have a very simple way that I show people, look, my goal as a entrepreneur, deal guy, fund manager, when we get an asset, and it's been like this for almost 20 years, how am I going to make us money? Let's say for apartment buildings, my goal on the average is can we raise rents at this location $600 over the next 7 years? And let's say that location, we're going to have 200 units there. That's going to bring us to $120,000 a month. That's monthly times 12, right? That's a $1.44 million. That by itself, if we use a 5% cap, that increases the value of that 200 unit apartment building by $28 million, 28.8. That's my only job. That's how I'm going to make us money. If I look at an asset at a location that I think is sick, is the best location ever in San Diego, right across from one of the hospitals, down from the beach, whatever. I'm looking and say, okay, will this location eventually, the rents at this location, because the location itself, not the asset, the actual place, the street, blah, 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 the irreplaceable location. Will we be able to command $600 more a month for rent at this location? That's it. That's my only question. And then what do I need to do that? My team, my property management company, all the people in our office, all the people we're working with, we got one goal, one marching order. I'm going to raise the rents. How quickly can we raise the rents? Do I think in 7 years the rents are going to be at least $600 more? And I can ask anybody that question. Did you ever think that where you live at, rents would be $600 more than where they were 10 years ago? Of course, all of us have that. So in a business, because real estate's a business for us, when you're buying real estate and apartment buildings that scale that way, well, I'm just looking like, oh, can we raise rent $600 across the board over the next 7 years at this location and this asset, and what is it going to cost us to do that? Once I know that, I can tell you how I'm going to make us money. That one specific example, that's a $28 million increase in value that goes where? To our investors. Now, we get a part of that for doing that, but you get it. It's very clear. Now, if you have a business and you're like, we're going to raise revenues by X and we're going to implement this and we're going to put on these amount of people and we're going to think the market is going to do this for us, man, that's confusing. And I saw that over and over and over again. People on the PE side, they do understand it, but they don't know how to ask people very simply, how are you going to make us money and how are you going to make our money back? Next, the people on the capital raising side that are like, I got this business or I got this thing, and they're out there selling their business, their widget, their idea, they're all excited about it, but they forget that when you're talking to people with money who are going to invest with you, you need to be able to state very clearly and very objectively, like, look, this is what we're going to do to create value, to make sure you don't lose money first, make sure you do make money second, and make sure we all win. So that was something that I thought was important. I wanted to share that with you guys. I have a plan. So if you're looking at investing with Bell Capital, we're like, hey, we're going after multifamily assets, great location in a great city, and that's not going away, cannot be destroyed. We're doing existing deals that are already cash flowing, and here's how we're going to make money. Here's my job as a fund manager to oversee these assets and push our property managers to make sure we hit these margins. Whether we do it long, whether we do it short, that's our target. And you need people like that on your team. So if you're out there, if you're interested in investing with us, that's what I'm doing. $600 is kind of a mark for me. And typically it's higher. You know, we've had properties we've raised rents for $1,000 instead of $600. And I had no idea I was going to do that, but the deal warranted that. But that's the plan. I had a plan going in the door. I know how to tell people here's how we're going to make money. And I know and I expect any investor to go, Vic, how are you going to make us money? I'm going to make sure that is not a question when you leave our space. And I do it openly here, right? Now, can I guarantee that? Absolutely not. But I have a plan, all right? Most people do not have that plan. That was the constant in both of these two rooms. Hundreds of people sitting in these things. One group how do we negotiate for a deal? This one, how do we negotiate for capital? The middle ground for both of those groups is just show people how you're going to either make them money or grow their company. That's it. And what that capital is going to do for them. You figure that out as either a capital raiser or a private equity firm, man, you're fine. There's no big deal. But it doesn't need to be confusing. So I wanted to share that with you because I thought it was interesting. I talked to a lot of people who want to invest in the fund. They're business owners. And I'm like, look, here's how I'm going to make you money. And they're like, man, you make it so easy. I'm like, dude, it is. This is a financial investment. Your job is to invest money and get a return. My job is to have investment capital, deploy it, make sure it's not lost, and then make you a return on that money. That is the only purpose of our relationship. When you get that part, you understand why I chose real estate to do that. Multifamily, great properties, already operating, cash flowing at great locations. When you can understand that part, man, you win the money game. All right, so I wanted to share that. You guys have a great day today. I love you guys. If you like this video, like it, give it a thumbs up. If you hate it, give it a thumbs down. Comment why. Don't be a hater and a hider at the same time. I need you both. But this is valuable. If you're out raising money, you need to tell people how you're going to make money. If you are out looking to acquire a business, you need to tell people, hey, the money that we're lending you in this business, how are you going to make us money? It makes it easy on everybody. And if you want to invest with us, go to bell-capital.com, hit the either schedule a call. Somebody on my team or myself will get on a call, explain to you, answer any questions, and get you started. Or you can go to Get Started or whatever's on there, and you click that button, and you can go to the deal room. You can take a look at the documents. You can see whether this is a fit. Oh, by the way, you got to be accredited. This is not for people who are not accredited. That's coming later. But I want to have you a part of what we're doing. And the biggest thing is I want you to understand what we're doing. If you have questions, call, ask, follow up, get on the schedule. Investing is legitimate, but it boils down to this. How are we going to not lose money first, and how are you going to make us money on the investment that we have? You do that, man, you can do great in the world. You can go anywhere, any room, but because everyone's trying to do the same thing, and I want to do that with you. So have a great day today. Let's get it, and make sure to make wealth your duty every time. All right, let's talk soon.